Today, our topic is how to manage anger like a Stoic. Anger is a natural emotion, but it can cause harm if we let it control us. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us how to handle anger wisely. The Stoics believe that anger comes from our own thoughts and judgments, not from the world around us. This means we have the power to control it. The first step in managing anger is to understand it. Anger often arises when things do not go as we expect, or when we feel wronged. For example, if someone cuts in front of you in line, you might feel angry because you believe it is unfair. The Stoics would say that the event itself is not what causes anger, but your belief that it should not happen. This is a key idea. By changing how we think about situations, we can change how we feel. One way to do this is to remind yourself that you cannot control everything. People will act in ways you do not like, and situations will not always go your way. This is a fact of life. Accepting this can help you stay calm. Another Stoic technique is to pause before reacting. When you feel anger rising, take a moment to breathe and think. Ask yourself, why am I angry? Is this worth my energy? Will getting angry solve the problem? Often you will find that anger is not helpful. It might even make things worse. By pausing, you give yourself time to choose a better response. The Stoics also believed in focusing on what you can control. You cannot control other people's actions, but you can control your own. Instead of getting angry at someone who upset you, think about how you can respond in a way that aligns with your values. For example, if someone insults you, you can choose not to insult them back. This shows strength and self-control. Another important Stoic idea is to practice empathy. Try to see things from the other person's perspective. Maybe they are having a bad day or do not realize they hurt you. Understanding their point of view can reduce your anger. It can also help you respond with kindness instead of anger. Kindness often solves problems better than anger does. The Stoics also believed in preparing for challenges. They called this premeditation of evils. This means imagining difficult situations before they happen. For example, you might imagine someone being rude to you or something going wrong at work. By thinking about these possibilities, you can prepare yourself to stay calm if they happen. This practice helps you build resilience and reduces the shock of unexpected events. It is like training for a race. If you practice running, you will be ready on race day. Similarly, if you practice staying calm, you will be ready when life gets tough. Another Stoic technique is to reflect on the bigger picture. When you feel angry, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Often, the things that make us angry are small in the grand scheme of life. Remembering this can help you let go of anger. The Stoics also believed in focusing on what is truly important. They called this virtue. Virtue means living with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. When you focus on being a good person, small annoyances become less important. You realize that your character is more valuable than temporary emotions. Another way to manage anger is to practice gratitude. The Stoics believed in being thankful for what we have. When you focus on the good things in your life, it is harder to stay angry. For example, if you are stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry, you can be grateful that you have a car or that you are healthy enough to drive. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right. It helps you see the bigger picture and find peace. The Stoics also believed in accepting things as they are. This does not mean you should not try to improve your life, but it means you should not fight against reality. If something bad happens, accept it and focus on how you can move forward. For example, if you lose your job, instead of getting angry, accept the situation and start looking for a new one. Acceptance reduces anger because it helps you stop resisting what has already happened. Another Stoic practice is to remind yourself of your mortality. The Stoics believe that remembering death can help us live better lives. It reminds us that life is short and that we should not waste it on anger. When you feel angry, ask yourself, is this how I want to spend my limited time? This can help you let go of anger and focus on what truly matters. Finally, the Stoics believed in practicing self-discipline. This means training yourself to stay calm, even when it is hard. It is like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Start with small things. For example, if someone annoys you, try to stay calm instead of reacting. Over time, you will get better at managing your anger. Remember, managing anger is not about suppressing it. It is about understanding it and choosing how to respond. The Stoics believed that anger is a choice. We can choose to let it control us, or we can choose to rise above it. By practicing Stoic techniques, you can learn to manage anger and live a more peaceful life. To summarize, here are some Stoic tips for managing anger. First, understand that anger comes from your thoughts, not the world. Second, pause before reacting and ask yourself if anger is helpful. Third, focus on what you can control, not what you cannot. Fourth, practice empathy and try to see things from the other person's perspective. Fifth, prepare for challenges by imagining difficult situations. Sixth, reflect on the bigger picture and ask yourself if the issue will matter in the future. Seventh, focus on living with virtue and being a good person. Eighth, practice gratitude and be thankful for what you have. Ninth, accept things as they are and focus on moving forward. 10th, remind yourself of your mortality and use it as motivation to live well. And 11th, practice self-discipline and train yourself to stay calm. By following these Stoic principles, you can learn to manage anger and live a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Anger does not have to control you. You have the power to choose how you respond. Remember, the goal is not to never feel anger, but to handle it wisely when it arises. Life will always have challenges, but with Stoic wisdom, you can face them with calm and strength.